Good day, lords and ladies. Welcome to Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. I tried to stream this game a few times, started over multiple times, and I get distracted and I don't get back to it. So, instead, I'm going to record it. Let's get right into it.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Ooh, I'm excited. As I always am when I'm playing games like these. That's a loud airplane. I think I had it turned up too high or something. I can't wait for Delta to come out. This is going to be exciting. 5:30 a.m. August 24, 1964.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check.
Is that why they're making it come out in August?
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility. Put out
Always
that
with his cigar.
Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask.
Does this panty waist know what he's doing? Sorry, spoilers.
Does this panty waist know what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Look at this smirk on his face. Such a badass.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Boom, 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 boom.
Sunrise.
This music always gives me the chills. Dun dun.
External temperature minus
Hell
46
yeah.
degrees Celsius.
Bum bum
2
bum
minutes
bum
to
bum
drop
bum
off.
bum
Stand
bum.
up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite.
Freaking
from the
drums.
windshield.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout bottle.
This is one for the history books. The world's first halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with you.
Here we go. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Oh, hell yeah. Hideo Kojima.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the Virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the Virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission?
I'm going to
Sounds
try
like
not
some
to
kind of initiation ritual.
talk over the
Now, don't
cutscenes.
get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles.
Moly,
His
moly,
name
moly.
is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov.
Sokolov.
He's head of the OKB-754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviet's
mean, I gotta
top
talk a
secret
little bit.
weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov. Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin to orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story. So why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. We used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
Uh-oh.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba. And so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust.
Phew.
But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice.
Metal Gear.
President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me."
We just keep handing them back and forth.
Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it?
Brum, bum,
Something to do
bum,
with
bum, bum.
space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No, according to our intelligence, he's in Selino-Yarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs? Nice name for a virtuous mission.
Alright, Snake, keep
They
your head
moved
in the
him there
game.
just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
Boom, boom, back in the action. Hell yeah. The last time that I played this on my own, on the PS2, I beat it in 11 hours without stopping.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate.
It wasn't even
Selino
speed running,
Yask in the
so
Soviet
it's probably
mountains,
not even
ensure
like
the
a
safety of Sokolov and bring him back to the
good
west.
job moment or showing off moment at all, to be honest.
If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking.
I'm sure people have beat it in a few hours or something, but
Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat talent?
She's equipped with two 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as two 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take
home
more
in
than a
time
few
for
hours.
dinner.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast.
and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
Oh no, my pack! I freaking love this. Hell yeah. Hey, look, it says it on the Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater right on the helmet. Bum 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 bada bum bum. The reveal. I can't wait to play the remake. It's gonna be amazing. This is Snake. Do you read me?
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training?
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear?
Yes,
This
sir.
kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, Weapons and equipment are procure on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No, there's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun.
There's not
Use
exactly
them to
a
hunt for food.
McDonald's
You'll also
nearby.
find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button.
Sounds easy
I'll be
enough.
monitoring your progress over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
Alright, here we are. Oh, this is going to be amazing. Now, this playthrough, obviously I'm doing it before the release of Delta comes out. I figured we'll do a full playthrough of this, and we'll have lots of fun doing it. How far are we already? Okay, we're not that far in. The cutscenes are really long, so it might be like an entire episode of cutscenes and specific ones. We'll see how it records. We're to retrieve our backpack. This is a game that I played and bonded over with my dad a long time ago. And I've mentioned it before in other videos, I'm pretty sure, and on stream before. A snake! Put that in my pocket. I think these are the same snake, so I don't really need two of them. Not necessarily, I don't think. So yeah, this has a big place in my heart. I mean, you can hear like my voice kind of quivering a little bit because it's going to be emotional for me when the remake comes out. At least I don't know about this one specifically. I mean, this is very nostalgic, but to play this port, kick the frog. Yeah, I can't. Can I get it with my knife? So if I end up crying during the, not this one, but during the remake, that's probably gonna happen. Because, if you guys know, you know. I guess I could say it anyway. Can talk about it a little bit. My dad is no longer in my life. He's not dead, as far as I could tell. Or as far as I know, I mean. But he kind of skipped out in 2012. And it's been really rough since then. So, but it's okay. We're trucking on. I mean, I made it this far. And so, with the sadness aside, we're gonna play in memory of the awesome times that I had. I do talk about my dad a lot on this channel. If I haven't before, I'm sure I have in videos that I probably no longer have. But he brought me into gaming, and this is like the beginning. I guess not necessarily the beginning, but it is one of the main games that him and I bonded on, like for real. And so very nostalgic, big nostalgic time in my life. Alright. Let's get this backpack. Boom, 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 boom. I got the backpack.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake.
I'm ready for school.
To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina
yes,
gets
the
too
stamina.
low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your tranquilizer gun or your knife to hunt.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun?
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor. However, the suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire. Once its durability reaches 0, the noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too trigger happy with it. The suppressor's durability is shown in the icon. Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are standard Fox operating procedure. You can't leave any traces of your presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets
So we've
and
removed
cartridges,
your
too.
pores.
Your presence in enemy territory is already a
You
violation
can no
of
longer
international
sweat.
conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission. You're a ghost, Snake, in every sense of the word. And there'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and US government will deny any involvement in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death pill for that purpose. SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So, how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back. Remember that.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
Relax. There's a support team ready to back you up over the radio.
Who?
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance. The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording your mission data. She's a member of Fox as well, and she's here on the gunship with me.
She.
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to meet you.
Paramedic.
As in a medic who comes in by parachute.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
I wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is 145.73.
She's also in charge of recording your mission data. Whenever you want to save, send a message over the reserved save frequency, 140.96.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
That's right. It also records the state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Huh?
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you? A legendary soldier and your mentor. Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
Boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you? How many years has it been?
Boss?
That's right. It's me. Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
I like how he's kept
Of course
track.
I can. I know all about you.
Really? Well, I don't know
It's like-
anything about you.
He idolizes her or
What's
something.
that supposed to mean?
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. You're a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the
Me
same
neither,
thing.
Snake. Me neither.
Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I
Yep.
follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your codename is Snake. It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes?
It's good to hear your voice again.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC. Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember. After all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the Major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov. Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Here we go.
Commencing Virtuous mission now.
Hell yeah. Alright. Finally. Goodness gracious. It's such... I'm telling you, these cutscenes... And then the cutscenes are really good. They really are. And that's why I try not to talk to any of them, because it's like watching a movie. We've been in this about half an hour already. So, we're not really getting too far into the game yet. But man, it is exciting. This is very exciting. We've got our first look at what's going on in with the prologue, I guess, if you will. We know what our mission is and what's going on. We're retrieving Sokolov. I can't climb. Come on. There we go. I want to go get that frog now that I got my knife and all that. I'm so excited. Let's go get this frog. Frog time. Where are ya? Mr. Frog. There he is. Yeah! Yes. And then we gotta get this bird. I'd like to try all the creatures. Boom! And I missed. Oh. I shot at an item that was spinning in the thing. Whoops. Don't worry, those birds will come back. So, let's see. I wonder, because they said it was going to be, the Delta is going to be, pretty dang accurate. I know they have to, well, they don't have to, but they're going to, update specific things. I would say, probably, I think one of the things I saw that they're going to upgrade is the camo. You don't have to go into your back or your camouflage menu or whatever to do this. You'll be able to do it on screen or something while you're playing, which really helps. We gotta get these mangoes. Oh! I think these are all the same, but we're gonna shoot them all down because I think they all come with a bunch of items that we need. Yeah. There we go. So we got D-Med. Any more? I think we got them. Got to collect all of the flora and fauna so we can survive in the jungle. Alright, those birds might be back now. Probably go grab one of those. There they are. Okay. Without scaring them away, let's see where they are here. I can't tell. Come on. Gotcha! Can we get the other bird too, probably? Yeah, he's right there. Yep. Nice. Alright, cool. We got birdie. And then there's some mangoes. Boom. There we go. Another snake. Snake eater. Oh, I can't wait to hear that song again. They re-recorded it in Delta. I can't wait to hear the new one. Oh, it's so good. I mean, I already listened to it once before, but hearing it for the first time in game is gonna be awesome. I think there was also a technique. I'm trying to remember how to do it. When you're climbing things, you can you jump down. There we go. Yeah, you can do like you can aim. That's cool. I like that. You got a little stamina. I like that. That's cool. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Ba-da-bum, bum, bum. Maybe this is a screenshot moment. I am Metal Gear Monkey. I climb on vines. Oh, that's another thing that they're adding. I forget. They're gonna be adding that what is it? It's like Ape Escape. That little funny little extra that they added to this one. They're adding it to Delta as well. Where you gotta go find them. It's pretty neat. Oh, I'm so excited. I know I'm not like going further into the game yet. We're trying to make sure we get everything, and I think this is about the end of this episode here, but to really drive it home though, this is gonna be a cool little I don't know how many episodes this is gonna be. I'm gonna try my best here to keep it moving, but I'm just too excited right now to keep going. I really I'm kind of lost in my head here. We got another frog. Can we keep one of them alive maybe, or did we already do too many? Cage full. Damn. We gotta eat some of these guys. I think we gotta try each one of these. Captured alive. Not eating yet. Not eaten yet. So let's eat the python. Sometimes they have little videos. Tasty. Eat a magpie. There you go. Yummy. Have one of these oyster mushrooms. He hates it. If I eat too many, though, he's gonna throw up. We don't want to throw up. He'll be like, I'm full. Stuffed. So, anyway. This is not to kind of... I don't know, I think I'm cutting it short here. Well, not really short. It's already been 40 minutes. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will continue the next area in the next episode, where I hopefully not die. We're playing this on hard difficulty, by the way. I don't know if you knew that. I think I recorded it. All right, we'll see. Anyway, that's about it. See you in the next one. I'm so excited. Goodbye.